All right, folks, welcome back. This is episode 44 of the ICT Mastery Mentorship. In this episode, we'll be going over the PDRA matrix. You're probably like, what is that thing at the top right? That's the PDRA matrix. We're going to try to make this as fast as possible because I do not have a lot of time in my hands, no more than like 25 minutes, maybe even 20. So let's get this over with pretty quickly, shall we? The PDRA matrix is basically like a little graph or diagram that shows the significance of each and every PDRA that exists. Well, not each and every, because this PDRA matrix hasn't been updated in like what, 6 years now? I think 7. Well, maybe even more than that. I think 8 years. It's been a good minute since this thing's been updated because, there's other PDRAs that he hasn't, included into the PDRA matrix because this, matrix was created, like, 8 or 7 years ago, a very, very long time, way before I even started using ICT concepts. So, first, let's go over the significance of each array and which one is stronger than the others. Let's look right here at these, set of PDRAs here. You know about 5 of them right now. Excuse this one right here. We're not gonna go over this. First, the most significant will be the mitigation block. Second significant, the breaker. Third, the liquidity void. Fourth, the fair value gap. Fifth, the order block. Sixth, the rejection block. You don't know about that yet. We'll learn about that in the next chapter after the end of chapter lessons. But until then, you know 5 of these. So you have the mitigation block as your strongest, breaker, second strongest, liquidity void, third strongest, fair value gap, fourth strongest, order block, fifth strongest. Okay, so the order block for right now is your weakest PDRA until you learn the rejection block. Okay, so you're probably like, why? Why are we going over this? We don't need this. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because I can guarantee you, there's been at least a couple times where you've seen multiple PDRAs in a single area at different price levels, but still in close proximity, and you're like, which PDRA do I use? Like, which one? Like, I don't know which one to use. Well, I'm gonna show you that right now. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's get into it. So let's say where can I go to? That's actually an example that I can find. Hold on, because I just open OBS and start recording with no prep, no sort of like uh what's the word? Yeah, preparation or like some sort of like uh there's another word I'm looking for, but you get what I'm saying. I don't go on here and just look for examples before then. I just wing it. That's what I was saying, winging it. But um let's see here. Okay, gotcha. So let's see here. You have a fair value gap right here. Okay. Fair value gap and a mitigation block right there. You're probably like, okay, well, what does this mean? Since price wants to go lower and we have a mitigation block below us and a fair value gap above us, which PDRA do you think is going to go to continue going down? Which one do you think? If you said the mitigation block, you're correct. It's going to go to this one. It's not going to sit here and retrace all the way back up, breaking this high and breaking this order block, okay, which also supports this mitigation block because mind you, this order block is encapsulating that mitigation block. So that's just even more evidence of why it's not going to retrace to this fair value gap. But since the mitigation block is the strongest PD array, that's in close proximity to where price is right now, is going to use that to offer smart money traders shorts, a opportunity to accumulate more shorts so price can continue lower and seek more sell side liquidity at which the smart money's positions gets distributed and or closed. Okay. So it's not going to sit here and be like, well, smart money, let's go all the way up here first to this fair value gap, then go down. No, no. It's not going to do that. The algorithm, if it wants to go somewhere, okay, based off of all your confluences, based off of time, based off of everything you know that I've taught you so far, if it's ready to move, ready to displace, ready to deliver, it is not going to stall itself. It's not. Okay. That's like looking at this price action up here on the daily, right? Well, on the 4 hour, because even still moves out the way, that gigantic thing. Let me go on the daily. It looks horrible on the daily. Let me move this over. Hold on. If you've been seeing this price action, you already know what I'm about to say. Okay. You see how price isn't going anywhere? That's what I mean by stalling. There's a bunch of confluences that say it wants to go higher, in which I don't have them on my screen. If you want me to just flash them real quick, sure. These are all the confluences that I have. Yes, my chart is messy, but just let's not talk about that. That's not the topic here. Price is stalling, while over here price is displacing. It's moving. See the difference? Price is moving over here. Price is moving over here. But over here, stalling. So that's what I mean when I say stalling, just to, clarify that. Back to that example I was talking about. It's not going to waste its momentum or waste its time. Get it? Time is not going to waste this time going up to this fair value gap if there's a stronger PDA right there. It doesn't make any sense. Think of the algorithm as like a human. Okay, the algorithm is just as lazy as we are. Nobody want to go to work in the morning at the 9 to 5, a warehouse, McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever, Amazon, UPS, FedEx. No one wants to do that. We don't. We don't. And the algorithm is just like that. The algorithm is very, very lazy. It's gonna be like, well, we'll just use this and go down. We're not gonna sit here and go all the way up here. It's just not. But the difference between humans and the algorithm has a reason for it to not do that. Because there's a stronger PDA right here, and two, price is ready to go lower. It's not gonna sit here and waste time. It's not. So I think I did enough just exaggeration on that. So I don't think you need to hear any more yap from me. So now I wanted to go over, there was a couple more things I wanted to go over about the PDA matrix because there's a lot you can do with it. Let me find one more example. I think there's one up here. Yep, here's another one. It's the same scenario too. I think it's the same scenario. Yeah, it is. Well, no, it's not. It's actually a different scenario in which I still have trouble trying to like, um, what's the word? Figure my way around these situations. So price is ready to go lower, as we can clearly see it's shooting through the bottom of my screen. But we have a stronger PD ray on top and a weaker PD ray on bottom, or a weaker PD ray that's closer to us, in which there's a stronger PD ray farther from us, but it's still, in close proximity to price. When you have this type of scenario here, you have the narrative, you have the bias, you have the directional bias of where price wants to go, but you're in this type of situation where the stronger PD ray is farther away. If your confluences are correct and your bias is correct, you got all your confluences down. What's really left is time. Time is one of the most primary, not one of the most primary, but one of the most important factors when it comes to determining which PD array price is going to go to. Because if it's 930 and that's the start of the run, and we've already accumulated, manipulated, and done all that during Asia, in London, in pre-market, if we've done all that, 930 has to do what? Expand. So if 930 is going to expand, and it wants to, and it's ready, it's totally ready, right? Is it going to waste its time going all the way up here? You're probably like, but JJ, look, it's only 8 points and a tick. The algorithm, that's a lot. I was like, man, we're not going up there. What? What do you think I am? 8 points just to go to a mitigation block? Get out of here. We're rallying. What 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 are you saying to me? You speaking Spanish? That's how the algorithm acts when you think it's gonna do that. It's like, really? Come on, you know better than that. That's why you're called smart money. Okay? And I'm teaching you smart money concepts. Okay? ICT concepts, okay? So the algorithm is gonna be a lazy little bum and just go up to the fair value gap and be like, we're going to use this weaker one. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. And it's ready to go to bed is basically it ready to displacing. Okay. You getting off work is like 9:30 open. Okay. That's what that is. And you coming home and ready to go to bed is price ready to displace after the 9:30 open. So you clocking out, leaving that job is at 9:30. And then you getting back, which is like 9:33, you get back home and are ready to go to sleep. That going to sleep is the algorithm being lazy and be like, okay, let's just touch this and then finally displace because I'm tired. I don't want to go all the way up there. It's just like a human now, but it has reasons on why it does certain things. Us humans, we ain't got no reason to sit there and be tired after work. Don't. I don't have a job, but I just never understood how people are tired after a job when you know for a fact humans are strong. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this too much, but humans are very, very intelligent and very, very, very strong. Okay, you can get an infinite supply of energy from anywhere. So there's no such thing as being tired. Just remember that. But anyway, again, if time is present, a very, very important time at that, it's not going to waste the time. It's not. Okay? Because remember that without time, there is no price. So it has to use how many hours does it have throughout the day? Let me see. Hold on. From 9:30 all the way to hold on, let me get it. Hold on. I'm trying. from 9:30 to what is it? Like, what when does it close? 5:30 or 4:30, something like that? With its 7 hours a day during New York, it has 7 hours to do what it needs to do. 7. So it's not gonna sit there and waste any time at all because each day is calculated. Before 9:30 opens, the algorithm knows what it wants to do. It knows. So it's not going to waste any time because time is the most important factor in price. Without no time, there is no price. Understood? Understood. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, one more thing I wanted to go over with the PD-array matrix. Well, not necessarily the PD-array matrix, but just using PD-arrays in general is let me see. Let me go to the higher time frame and find an example. Okay, I think I found an example. Did all the annotations before we actually dive into this. So let me go to the. Can I go to the 5 minute that far, or will it not allow me to? It probably won't. Oh, it will actually. Okay, that's good. Or is this that same example earlier? Nope, that's that same example from earlier. 15 minute. Here we come. Okay, here we go. Now, listen to me on this one. Using a higher time frame PD array. Okay, and when I say higher time frame, I mean time frames that you use just for confluences, not for entries. So you can use the 15 minute as a confluence based time frame, the hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. Okay. But if you were a swing trader, you'll be using time frames like hour and 4 hour to enter, in which the confluence time frames might be the daily, the weekly, and maybe even including the 4 hour. So basically what I'm saying here is using a confluence based array on the higher time frames at which you do not take entries at, whatever that is for you, you can look at price, validate the PD array, that higher time frame PD array, before it's even activated. Yes, but before it's even activated, just let me explain. Let me explain. Right here at that candle, the new day opening, is when this order block here is officially created. Okay. So during the activation stage, which is when price is going down, okay, price will tend to, in the direction of the activation, which is going down, this is the directional activation, which is bearish, price will retrace back up into the quadrants and the equilibrium, validating. And when I say validating, meaning respecting those levels before the order block is actually activated, in which the activation of the order block is what? Right there. Once it breaks the low of it, it is now activated. It can be used. Look here. Looky here. You see how we drop below equilibrium? Try to reach it here, drop down, then we really reach it there. And do you see that respect there? It's validating the order block. And guess what? The order block isn't even created yet. It's not. Oh, that was a little voice crack. I'm probably going to edit that out. Probably not. I lied. Anyway, when price does something like this, it validates the whenever it does validate the higher time frame PD array at any time before the activation, okay? At any sort of validation of these levels or of the PD array itself, you can use the latest PD array that forms after, okay, after it respects or validates that level, which will be either this quadrant, that quadrant, or equilibrium, in which, in that case, or in this case, is the equilibrium. So, since it jumped up, respected the equilibrium, what is the latest PD array? It's the order block right here. See that? It's the order block. You can use this for entries. You can. You can use this as an entry. Yep. You can use this as an entry. And mind you, you don't have to be on a 15 minute. Okay, you can see price validate this order block on the 15 second, on the 1 minute, on the 3 minute, on the 5 minute, on the 15 minute. Okay, and you can use that any time frame that's lower than the original time frame in which this time frame's order block is the 4 hour. Anything below that, you can use the hourly and watch it validated there. Okay, obviously you're not going to be entering on the hourly. So you can probably use that time frame as a confluence, or just whatever your preference is when it comes to using time frames for confluences and entries. That's all up to you. Okay, but in this case for me, since this will be the latest PD array that you will be using after the validation of the order block, respecting the equilibrium before it's even activated, which will be the break of that low. This order block would be now a high probability order block. It will turn into a high probability order block. Whatever PD array it is, whatever the latest one is, because you're going to learn more in the future, it can be a breaker, order block, mitigation block, anything. Anything, anything. Okay? When I say latest PD array, I mean any latest PD array, not just the order block. But in this case, the latest one would be the order block. So in this case, it'll be a high probability order block because we are validating a higher time frame PD array before it's even activated. Now, this is where things are going to get a little fun. But let's implement time into this. What time is right there at the bottom? Do you see that? Oh man, I'm going to start laughing. Do you see what that time says? This is not random, folks. This is not random. That says 9:30. And guess what? At 9:30, we respect that order block that gets created after validating the higher time frame one using the equilibrium of it. At 9:30, we jump up into it, close below it, respecting it. What did I say about it being a high probability order block? What did I say? What did I say now? What did I say? What did I say? I just said that. I didn't even see this until then. Until I noticed it going through my screen, I didn't even pay attention to this. I did not. I really did not pay attention to this. So you see what I'm talking about now? You see? This is from ICT. This isn't from a guru. This isn't from a some sort of paid mentorship YouTuber. This isn't on Telegram. This isn't on WhatsApp. This isn't on some sort of paid Discord server, because I have to say paid because my Discord server, I have one, but it's not paid. Nothing here is paid. And it all comes from the source, the free source, ICT himself. Okay. So if I learn it wherever I learn it from, it's free. I'm going to be reteaching it for free. If I learn it and it's paid, I'm probably going to teach it for free because I don't want to have anybody pay for something. But this is free knowledge, all from ICT, and clearly you can see how powerful it is. All right. This will be the end of episode 44. I think I just dropped some major sauce here. I think I really just, yeah, I think I just laid a diamond on the floor with this one. Anyway, this will be the end of episode 44 of the ICT Mastery Mentorship, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Good luck and good trading.